Hi there and welcome to the Gem Blenders channel. My name is Steve and today we're going to be taking a look at the level 2 blends in the Gem Blenders base collection. I have with me today two of my fellow collaborators, Sam and David. If you guys want to say hi.
Hi, I'm Sam.
Hi, I'm David.
So what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be discussing each one of the level 2 blends. And for those who don't know, level 2 blends are crucial for most decks because they are a building block to getting up to the higher level blends, the more powerful blends in Gem Blenders decks. And what we're going to be doing today is we're going to be sorting them in S through D tier. S is the best and D is the worst. So let's get started. The first blend we have up is Anchor. It's an Aqua Gem and a Capra Gem, and it has pretty strong defense. What comes to mind first for me is that it's a very solid card.
Yeah, good baseline stats, a little bit of a specific effect. Requires your opponent to make a movement in order for it to really do anything. So very specific.
Yeah, it's a little passive for me. I rank it pretty low.
Yeah, I'd say it doesn't get too much play. I think a C is probably right for the Anchor.
I would say low C.
Low C. Okay. Moving on to Angel, definitely a more popular blend. Got Lucio Gem and an Aero Gem, solid to attack, and can move around every turn with its effect. I personally love Angel.
I like Angel a lot too. I would go A tier for Angel. Just very functional, very flexible.
Yeah, can fit into any deck. Yeah, David?
I mean, I never play heroes that have switch abilities, so Angel is really good for that.
Sweet, yeah. I agree there. Okay, give it A tier. On to Battery now. Definitely sees a little less play, but it's going to be one of the only cards in the game that's dealing with life gain.
It's really good for adding stuff to life gain that you're already getting. So you get extra life gain. What do you guys think?
It definitely doesn't get a whole lot of use, in the current meta at least.
Yeah, the effect is really cool, but it's just it's hard to get life gain, and rarely will Battery be out to help boost it. I would say
Battery play.
I would say Battery's a D or a C as it
You're
currently
gonna say
stands.
D?
I would say D.
I think given that we gave Anchor a C, I want to give Battery a D. Okay, on to Bishop. Very, very popular blend. It's one of the blends that's going to be functioning almost like an action card. Usually when you play it on the field, it's going to leave the field pretty soon after.
Yeah, Bishop's a really good card. It's effectively a gem search and a blend search for a level 3. So 2 actions in one blend. Granted, you're discarding it, but really a powerful card.
Yeah.
It's a good point that it's like an action because no one's ever going to be able to de-blend it. No one's going to discard it from their side of the field, so it's really good.
Right, and you can't stop it. An action you could cancel.
We feel. Oh yeah, no canceling it. I think given that you get the 2 things in one, we're gonna say S tier.
I would go definitely S.
Whenever you use those gems, it's a pretty safe bet unless you're like really not feeling level 3 blends in your deck.
I would say it's easy S.
Easy S. Okay. On the Capacitor now. 1 attack, 1 defense, Electro Gem, Capra Gem, and you're going to be able to give an attack bonus to some of your other blends, but you have to discard them immediately after you attack.
Hard pass on Capacitor is what I'll say. I think it's like low C. Who's using this?
Ooh, I would give it a B.
You're giving it a B. Interesting.
I would give it a B because the attack bonus can be very powerful depending on where you are in the game. So yeah, I would go B.
It does have like some. It does get some play in certain decks. I'm like torn between B and C, and I think we'll just go majority rules, and I'm gonna rule with I'll give it a C. C it is.
All right, C it is. Overruled.
Yeah, sorry, Sam. Okay, on to Chaser now. No, it's okay. So Chaser is a Pyro Gem, Capra Gem, and it gets an attack bonus when it switches position with other blended heroes on your field. And the attack bonus goes to both of them. So you can't really use it by itself too effectively, but once you start to get some other blends on your field, it becomes a pretty powerful card.
It seems a little weak to me because I feel like if you do one chaser, you have to have like 2 or 3 chasers, and it's just it makes your deck a little ugly.
I'm leaning C
I think
for
anytime.
chaser.
Oof. I would give it a B. I think anytime you can give +2 attack potentially, obviously 1 to chaser and 1 to the other blend. I think that's pretty powerful.
Okay, I can be swayed to B. I like chaser personally. I use it in a couple of my decks. So let's give it a B. On to Chiller now. David, you want to take Chiller?
Yeah, it's Cryo Gem, Aero Gem. I love this blend because essentially you can just put and you can attach an action to it, and then you take some damage to play that action once per turn.
It's definitely like, it has a long effect text. And it's fun because you can kind of like use it how you want to use it and use any 0-star action, but the 3 damage is a lot.
It's a heavy price to pay, and the 1 defense isn't great. Chiller doesn't see a ton of use. I would go C for Chiller.
C? I'm like between C and D. What do you think,
I'm
David?
at A. I'm at A, and here's why.
Okay.
Chiller...
Well, that'll bring it up to a C for the group. Wait, why A, David?
It has potential because new actions come out.
I know, but this is like the base collection. This is where we're at.
Okay, if you're looking at base collection, maybe you're D.
Okay. High potential, very low floor for Chiller is I think what we're saying.
Okay. On to Cone now.
Okay, I'll take Cone. Cone's one of my favorites. So Cone, Terra Gem, Cryo Gem. Effectively, you can use your blends as gem searches. So Cone allows you to discard a blend and then search for a gem. You can do it as many times as you'd like per turn. You can use Cone on itself. So very, very versatile. I use Cone in a ton of decks. I'm going S tier 100% for Cone.
I agree with that one. It was used in both of our March championship decks. So let's stick it up in S. That's a super useful effect and great to build to stronger blends. Exactly what you're looking for in a level 2.
Great building block.
Now on to Convector. Convector is gonna have solid defense, and it gives you some invisible gems on your other frontline heroes. Doesn't see a whole lot of play. First thing that comes to mind. I would feel either a C or a D.
Yeah, I'd go with C or D too. A nice effect, but I think that if you want invisible gems, you should probably go with the higher level blend.
I say that has to be D. This is like low D.
Okay, it's going in D. It's going.
Okay, D it is. D it is. Over the top.
We all agree there, yeah. Okay, Corruptor now.
All right, Corruptor. Electro Gem, Nocturna Gem. Short circuit. So when an opponent attacks this hero, they must discard the top card from their deck immediately. So it acts as a mill. I like Corruptor a lot. I'd be interested to hear what you guys
Corruptor a good amount.
Yeah, I'm a fan.
Yeah, it's good.
It's like B tier for me. Good milling, but it's not used all the time because these are.
Yeah.
I don't know.
Yeah. Usually even though it has 0 defense, usually I find myself wanting to not mill a card, so I don't attack it, which is pretty impressive for a level 2 blend. That being said, it only has 1 attack, and you still can attack it if you need to. So I say B tier.
I'd go with a B. Yeah, and it depends on your opponent, so that's the hard part.
Yeah, exactly.
So your opponent has the power in that scenario.
Okay, on to Electron now.
I love Electron. Electrogen.
One of David's favorite designs.
It is. Maybe it is my favorite design. It's Electrogem, Aerogem. You can, during an opponent's turn, if they play a blend, you're able to switch Electron's position. It's like one of the rare passive effects that I really like, and also it looks so cool.
What are you feeling for it, David? What tier?
A tier.
A tier? I disagree with that. I think B
I
or
disagree
C.
strongly. Look, maybe I'll be on the opposite side of this. I think Electron is not particularly good. I don't think it sees a ton of play. The 2 defense is nice, but you need your opponent to do something in order to trigger it. I would give it a D.
You're giving it a D? Okay,
I'll go very aggressive on the D.
I'm gonna rule this one in that case, and I'm gonna put it in C. Yeah, I don't think it's. I don't know. it's pretty. It's okay. It's okay.
Based on the image, based on the art, I'm going A. But effect, I gotta go.
Okay, I don't even
gotta go
know.
down.
The art's okay in my opinion. Energizer now. Energizer is one of my favorites. 2 attack, which is pretty solid. Terra Gem, Electro Gem, and you can move a gem around from one hero to another on your field, which is super useful. You can use it in a variety of ways. I like Energizer a lot. I would say A or B. That's kind of where it goes for me.
It's good if you know what you're doing.
Good gem correction. If you mess up, you can move your gems around. I think based on stats only, so the 2-0, I would give it a B. I don't think its effect is that useful.
Its usefulness almost like comes to Angel with me, but I can see it being a little less useful, so I'd be fine with a B. What do you think?
I would give it a B.
Yeah, I could say B.
Okay.
I like air for this one too.
It's cute. Okay, on to Foul now.
All right, Foul. Nocturne Gem, Arrow Gem. A great card to you basically mill a card to draw an extra card. So a nice card if you are not happy with your hand or you just need to draw cards. A great way to do it. And the added bonus is the attack. Getting the 2-0 attack is nice.
Yeah. I never have a Nocturna Arrow Gem deck without a Foul in it. So I would give it a solid A.
I guess it's useful enough to be an A. I don't know. I don't like them much.
You get a free draw basically.
My hands are always so good. I never want to discard.
Okay.
Okay. Yeah. No. I'm with you, Steve, 100%. I think that Foul's an A.
Okay. We'll give it an A. On to Ghost now. Ghost is a fun one.
Right.
Cryo
Yeah.
Gem, Nocturna Gem, and it's going to be able to cancel your opponent's back position hero's effect by taking 2 damage to your life. So
Yep.
pretty small cost in general to do potentially a lot of damage, actual damage, but
Disruption.
disruption. Yeah.
I like Ghost. I think in a if you have a Cryo Gem and a Nocturne Gem in your deck, I think you should probably run a Ghost just in case.
Yeah, it's good to like
I
keep like one of it in your deck. Your strategy's never like reliant on it, but it's good to like stick it in there.
Yeah, because it'll sometimes just totally destroy somebody else's strategy. For that reason, I would give Ghost an A.
Oh, you're up to A? I don't know if I agree with that. It's not
I
that.
don't know if you could switch to the front line and then it's a 0-0 on your front line.
I think I'm on a solid B, I'd say. Maybe even a C. What do you say, David? C?
B.
Oh, you say B? Yeah, I'll get. Okay, B it is then.
I could be talking to a B.
Okay, it's a B. It's a B. Glacier. Glacier.
All right, Glacier, a favorite of the community. Aqua Gem, Cryo Gem.
Yeah.
When you're attacking that opponent, it's -3 defense to that blend that you're attacking. So Glacier is effectively an automatic 2 damage.
Yeah, in almost every scenario. People think it's great. I think it's good. I would say A/B. And I'll let you guys kind of determine where it goes because I'm split.
Low A.
You're low A.
Oof. I'm going against the community on this one. I think it's a low B. I don't
think it's a low B.
I think it's a low B. I don't think it's that useful. Nice attack, but
Okay, we'll put it in B then. I would say it's probably like a B plus. But yeah, that's where I'm at. Okay, next up we have Guard. It's going to be a Terra Gem and a Capra Gem. 0 attack and 4 defense, and it gains an additional defense if it's the only blend on your field.
S plus tier. And here's why.
S plus, okay.
S plus, and here's why. You put Aaron in the back, and then all your front line has an extra gem. So by turn, 2 or 3, you have 3 guards in the front. And you're golden to set up the rest of your deck. It's like it is the turtling blend. S plus.
Okay, like
that yeah. Well, you can turtle, but
that's a strategy that nobody uses, but maybe it'll work.
I disagree. I think people do use it. I find it an annoying strategy, and I don't like it. I think Guard is probably a C tier.
C? I can be fine with C. I'm between B and C. David, what do you think?
I'm reacting very strongly to David's S plus claim.
double S tier.
Okay, that's what you think? So we'll give
Yeah.
guard a B in that
Guards-
case?
I could give guard a B just because of
Okay.
the strong defense. Its effect rarely triggers, and I don't know. It's
Then aren't all of your decks non-attack damage anyway? So what do you care if it has no attack?
That means
let's
you would
not
think
reveal
it's...
my decks to the world.
Okay, let's move on. Let's move on to Gull. Gull's is one of
Alright.
Sam's favorites.
It is. Gull is one of my favorites. An Aqua Gem, Aero Gem. Not strong attack, but that's okay because it helps you with effect damage. When you deal effect damage, similar to Battery, when you deal effect damage, Gull adds additional effect damage to that. So it's up to, or it's 2 additional. So if you deal 1 effect damage, then you get to do 2 more through Gull. I love Gull. Gull is great.
Yeah, and it's also something to note is that you can stack goals by having like multiple goals on your field. You can do lots of +2s, even on a single non-attack damage. So I'd say an A for goal. That's what I would say.
Yeah. Again, a very specialized blend, but
Mhm.
I'd go A.
Low B, high C.
You're saying low B? We're putting it
I
in
don't
A.
like-
We're putting it in A.
It's definitely an A.
It's wearing a polo for crying out loud.
It's cute. Okay, Herald time. Herald. Lucio Gem, Capro Gem, 1 attack, 1 defense, and pretty useful effect. You can like look at the top card of your deck and then decide if you want to keep it there or put it on the bottom of your deck. I love Herald. Usually include it when the gems say so. I would lean A, B.
I would go with an A. I would go with an A. You know, the 1/1 is nice, and the effect is good. You can sort of script your draws in some ways. I would go A.
It has
I'm with
found
you.
new use with the set 2 cards. But I don't know if we should be keeping that in mind just yet. So we'll go A. We'll go A.
I'd go A. I know David is very big on scrying, so
Yeah,
Mhm.
crying instant A.
On to Hornet, everyone's favorite attacker.
everyone's favorite attacker. Okay, Terra Gem, Aero Gem. This Hornet has great attack, but after you attack, you have to deep-blend Hornet. So effectively, it's an all or nothing.
I think it sees a lot of play, and I think it's a solid A, personally.
Between A and S to me.
Okay.
I think it's a B. I don't particularly like Hornet. That's the only reason I think why I go with B. I don't like to give up. I mean, you're doing 4 damage, but I don't like to give up something and get nothing out of it.
Yeah.
What do you mean get nothing?
I mean, you're getting the attack, but that's it. Then you have to discard Hornet.
Yeah, but
You
you
have
can
3
do lots
Hornet.
of stuff with the Hornet attack. Weaponize it. You can recycle
You
Hornet. You can hickory out Hornets.
Perhaps I don't like the strategy. That's fine. I
Yeah,
can go with A.
I think the strategy is
can
a
be
little
on board with
boring.
A.
It is sometimes pretty good though. And we're gonna land it in A. Okay, Mage. It's a Pyro Gem, Nocturna Gem, 0 attack, 0 defense. And once per turn, you can discard a gem from your hand, a Capra Gem, and search your deck for 2 gems of the same type.
I would
Yeah.
say it goes in the bottom of D tier. It's
I
so
think-
specialized.
It's very specialized. I mean, being able to search for 2 gems is nice, but to discard a Capra Gem is that's a price to pay. I think the price might be too high for what you get out of it.
Yeah. What are you feeling, Sam? C or D?
I kind of like Mage. I like that. I like the line. I don't know. I kind of want to say C, but I could see D.
Wow.
It's a
D?
0/0.
Hmm.
And the 2 gems have to be the same type.
I think I lean towards C. It's a pretty, I don't know. I could do D.
It's an
too,
engine
so.
for the strategies
Okay,
it's in.
since we're both on the line and David said D, we'll give it a D.
Wow. Poor
I
Mage.
love to hear it.
Mountaineer time. Everyone's
Mountaineer
favorite.
time. Everyone's favorite. Cryo Gem, Capra Gem. Basically, Mountaineer lets you lock down your back position. Your back position can't be switched, which for certain decks that rely on a back position hero or blend, that's great. And Mountaineer defense is a nice bonus. That's about all nice things you can say about Mountaineer.
Yeah. Kind of lame overall.
It's just so specialized. It's so specialized, and it's almost not worth if you're playing a back position deck, you're sort of gambling in some ways. It's almost not worth the resources to get out of Mountaineer. Or if you do it, it's not going to be one of the first things you do. It makes the deck too slow. So I would say Mountaineer, probably a D.
I'd say D too.
I would say B tier because it's scary to face.
Majority rules.
I will take that into account.
Yeah. On to Ram. Nocturne Gem, Capra Gem, 1 attack, 1 defense, and it's going to gain an additional attack when there's a Capra Gem in your discard pile. It's alright. Pairs well with Mage. That's something good out of it.
Kind of
It does, yeah. Ram's probably a C, I think, for me.
Mm-hmm.
Anytime you have to give up a gem to power something up, granted you can give up the gem for something else, but
Yeah. Like the synergy in that archetype does kind of rely on getting Capra Gems in your discard.
it does.
That being said, it just gets up to a 2-1. I don't know. I'm in between B and C. David, what do
It
you
is
think?
nice that you could play multiple Rams and rely on the same Capra gem, so that's nice.
Mm-hmm. What did you say, David?
Unquestionably C.
Okay, you win there. You win.
Wow, we're giving it a C. I think it could be a B. The more I talk about it, I could probably be talked into a B.
I think I'm happy with C. I'm happy with C. Because we're moving on to Reflector now.
One of Steve's favorites.
It is one of my favorites. Cryo Gem, Lucio Gem, 1 attack, which is nothing special. But its effect is very special because it can copy the effect of your unblended heroes on the field, which is something I love to do. I love copying effects. And there's some really cool strategies you can do to go along with it.
So all that
I feel it's
being said,
between an A and a B.
definitely toward B. All that being said, Reflector is very specialized. You really have to base your entire strategy around having it.
There are some like particular heroes that you can pair it with that are quite good, such as Otto or Guillermo.
Yes, some
set
first
two.
turn. We've recently seen a first turn strategy that relies on Reflector.
Yeah.
But I think it's very specialized.
It is, yeah. I agree with that. I would be fine with the B.
I'm going B. David?
CB. I feel like there are a lot of heroes, though. I think it's untapped potential.
It might be untapped.
Ooh,
think
I like that.
Someone try to get it up to an A.
High potential blend.
Okay, we got a Rocket now. Pyro Gem, Air Gem, 3 attack. I believe it's the highest attack besides Hornet of all the level 2 blends. And it can only attack blended heroes. Thoughts, guys?
Yeah, I think this is solidly a C.
C.
I agree.
I can go with that, yeah.
Because it can only attack blended heroes, blends will periodically have, generally have defense. So the 3 attack is really more, it's effectively more of a 2 or a 1. So
yeah, good against like half of the blends out there. If that.
Yeah, I would say if that, yeah.
Yeah, if that. Shifter we have now.
All right, I love Shifter.
Okay, take Shifter, Sam.
Yep, Aqua and Lucio Gem. One of the best mechanics in Gem Blenders is the rotation mechanic, and Shifter lets you do that. So once during your turn, you may rotate your heroes clockwise or counterclockwise. So I love the mechanic, and I run a Shifter deck that I really enjoy. I think I'm probably the highest on Shifter of the group. Saying that with that in mind, I think I would go with a B.
Okay, you're going with a B. I think I'd probably say a C. I don't love Shifter.
Here.
You're going with a B too, David?
I could see that.
Okay, you guys win. Shifter's a B.
All right, Shifter's a B. It's
Moving
an
on
untapped
to-
mechanic.
Okay, I don't know about that. It's definitely one of the most unique mechanics of Gem Blenders. We have Sprout now. Terra Gem, Lucio Gem, 1 attack, 1 defense, and it's going to gain an additional attack and defense when there's an Aqua Gem on it. It's a pretty beefy level 2 blend when it has that Aqua Gem.
Yeah, definitely a great bridge into something stronger.
Yeah, my initial thought is A tier. I think it's like a really, like when you have those gems, it's a really, if you have those gems plus an Aqua Gem, it's a very solid and easy choice to add it to.
I would definitely go. A tier, because again, if you have, in my mind, if you have a Terra and a Lucio, there's no reason you wouldn't have Sprout in that deck.
Yeah, and the stats, a 2 attack, 2 defense is better than most level 3 blends in general.
Yeah, it's very good.
Yeah. Okay. So agree on A there. Sweet.
Well, it could be high A.
High A. You're giving it an A plus.
I like that. I'm on board with that.
Okay. Now we have Usher. Another favorite, Sam's favorite. Maybe.
Oh yes, I'm very high on Usher. Usher, Aqua Gem, Nocturna Gem. It effectively is the action card Surge, so it allows you to play an extra gem. So you have your 1 allotted gem a turn. Usher allows you to play a second one. So it really speeds up strategies that might otherwise be quite slow. Whenever possible, I'll use an Usher.
Yeah, super useful at the beginning of the game. And the 1 attack is a nice little bonus. Just given that it has the same effect as a 1-star action, I'd say solid S.
Yeah, this is definitely S.
Yeah, and
yep.
I think, Sam, you use it in all of your competitive decks pretty much.
I try and use it all the time, because otherwise I'm too slow, so I have to use it.
I dabble in Usher sometimes. David hasn't even touched Usher.
It's good to have a ramp, but I like to be nice to myself.
Yeah, nice steady gem flow for David. Okay, last but not least, maybe least, Virus.
David?
Virus is A tier, and here's why. Sorry, let me start over.
Oh my god.
Virus. Let me start over. So Virus is Terra Gem, Nocturna Gem. And its ability is that if an opponent plays a gem, they have to take 4 damage. This is really good psychologically. So I'm putting it in A tier.
I agree. For new players, it's a scary blend to see, because you basically you're disincentivized from playing a gem onto the opposite position hero from Virus. That being said, there are lots of ways to avoid it, and Virus does rely on your opponent to trigger its effect.
I've never been that bothered by a Virus. When someone plays a Virus, I'm like, and like.
Oh, that's very aggressive. I was gonna say Virus at a C.
You're gonna say C? I would say C, D. And David's saying S.
To both of you, I'm kidding yourself.
It looks like it's landing in a C. C for the group.
Going with a C.
And that's all of our level 2 blends. Take a look at that. Yeah, thanks for going through it with me, guys.
Of course, this is so much fun.
I think we had a lot of good stuff come out of this. And now we know that our S tier is Bishop, Cone, and Usher, followed by a very solid A tier. Yeah, definitely useful to have in all the decks. And thank you for all of those who are watching, and I look forward to seeing you again on our level 3 blend tier video. So see you next time. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.